party. We're done with the Pico party, but I am not gone here yet. We are gonna now switch over to do some Halloween-y things. I was thinking about playing horror games, but now I have an even better idea. I kind of want to just like chill a little bit. So we are doing something extra spooky. Here, let me talk to you guys real quick. Let's get close and personal. Hi, everybody. Hello. Let me... Oh, shit, I didn't realize that was playing in the background, that you could still hear people talking and it was echoing. That's my bad. I apologize. I apologize for the echo. Let me go to this. You're still looking for horror games. You don't know a lot, but you're trying to get some options. Ooh, I'll have to look into some stuff. I'm sure we've got some shit.
Did you win?
Did we win? We did win, you guys. We did win. That's the important thing. The winning, that's loud. I apologize. That was really loud. Why was it so loud? Jesus. You guys, we won. We're gonna have a part 2 eventually. We nearly beat the game. It happened. Part 2 is gonna happen at some point. You DM me the 2 you could think of, but you're still looking? I'll figure some stuff out. I'm sure I can find something. If I call hitting the button, I should winning, then I won. Hey, a little bit of destruction is my favorite thing. It's my favorite thing. What is a kaiju without blowing up the building at least once or twice? Yeah? At least once or twice, yeah? But we will do a part 2 eventually, and I'm really excited for that. I really enjoy playing with them. So again, their name is still in my bio, so if you guys really enjoyed watching them too, they have different stream schedules than I do. I am the only person here that does the crazy late night streams. I know some of you love that because you guys are hanging out till like 4 in the morning with me because we're just a bunch of internet gremlins. We're just a bunch of gremlins awake until like 3 a.m. Eastern. But Valdis and Chachi and Cyrus and Kazu, they all stream a little bit earlier in the day like normal humans. I don't know about them, but Malachi as well. They stream like normal times, like 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern. So, if you guys want to check them out, I have their titles in the bio, but I will post all of their information in the Discord server so you can check them out. You keep missing the time, so you put a PST clock on your phone just to make sure you're here. Oh, that's so cute. Thank you, Functional. I appreciate that. I really do. That's so adorable. You dropped them all a follow? Thank you. I'm sure they appreciate that too. So we're going to slow things down a bit. I'm changing up our title. What should we change the title? I was thinking about playing horror games afterwards, but no, you didn't miss this stream, Keyblade. You missed Pico Park. Pico Park is done for the night. Not only is there going to be a VOD later on, but I'm actually planning on making a YouTube video out of this one too. So, keep your eyes peeled for not only the VOD going to my YouTube channel, but we got the VOD going to, I'm going to make a video for my other YouTube channel because I have 2 friends. Did you guys know that I have a YouTube channel? If I haven't told you, I'm actually super excited. I just, like 2 weeks ago, started actually being like, hey, let's put some focus on my YouTube channel and like actually put some effort into it. I am like, I think like 60 followers away from being able to monetize, you guys. Like that quickly. I've only been at it for like a week or 2 and I'm already like super close. You showed the YouTube to some family and they also love me. Oh, really? I'm really embarrassed. I'm really embarrassed. Thank you, though, Functional. I appreciate that. I should make a command for the VODs channel. I should also make a command for the YouTube channel. Is it linked to my Discord? It is linked to my Discord. It is. Why am I embarrassed? I don't know. I'm just a little shy. I'm just a little shy little sometimes I get a little embarrassed. I do. You guys, what we're gonna do though? Are you prepared? We're gonna watch the spooky. We're gonna watch. I was planning originally on playing some spooky games, but instead of playing a spooky game, because I was like, I don't really know what spooky game to play, and like I needed to go through the PlayStation store and see what games are on PlayStation or Game Pass that are spooky, and I was planning on doing that like yesterday. But as some of you guys know, yesterday I wound up taking a surprise trip to Los Angeles to go buy a fucking car. So I was like originally like, hey, I'm gonna do all the stream prep and then get everything ready, and then nah, it didn't happen. What about Alan Wake? It's a good spooky game. Oh, I've heard of Alan Wake. I've never played it before. I would have to download it and buy it. But I have other plans. What we're going to do, we're going to hang out probably for another like hour or two or something. I'll put Alan Wake on the list for next week though. Here, let me add that to my Kaiju notes over here. I have a little notepad with all the things that I have planned to do. I don't know if that's cute or like kind of goofy. Here we go. A notepad. Play Alan Wake. Done. We're gonna play Alan Wake next week then. You do the same thing. Good. I'm glad that it's cute. We're going to be watching some Creepypasta. We're gonna watch some Creepypasta and do some react videos to Creepypasta. Who wants to get into the spooky mood and watch some Creepypasta with me? I haven't watched Creepypasta in fucking forever. And it feels like, with it being Friday the 13th yesterday, and today there was a solar eclipse. Did you guys know that? We went from Friday the 13th to a solar eclipse in October. How fucking spooky. We getting spooky up in here. Hi, David! Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. There we go. Let's change the category. We're going just chatting. You ready to be spoopy? Me too. We're gonna get cozy. We're gonna get spoopy. We're gonna get so spoops. Extra spoopy. Thank you for the coffee, friendor. Thank you. All right, to the YouTubes. To the YouTube channel. If I get scared, I better protect you. I'll let you hold my tail. How about that, Draven? Draven, you can hold my tail if you get a little bit too scared. Did you show off your Halloween frog PNG in Discord? No, I haven't seen it. You should put it in the VTuber channel in Discord. I'll take a peek at it. I bet it's super cute. All right, you guys, here we go. We're gonna share some of the spooks. Maybe. We're gonna watch anime girls dance first, though. This song has been stuck in my head all day. You guys have no idea. It's been stuck in my head. She's so cute. All right, here we go. Let's transition. I'm gonna swap everything over. That's the wrong thing. Here we go. That's correct. I am getting everything set up. I'm sorry for the scuff. I thought I would be a little more prepared than this. Everyone else expected me to not be prepared. I'm sure. But me personally, I'm not fucking prepared. I gotta add a audio source. I didn't realize that this one didn't have audio capture. That's not what I want. Hi, Johnson. Welcome in. Here we go. We got Chrome. Don't burn it down, Keyblade. Don't cause arson. What are you doing, Keyblade? Whoops, arson. Okay, I had a creepypasta video that I saw. Oh, let me show you guys the YouTube channel that I've had put together. Hang on. I'm gonna move down here. There we go, that's better. Okay, check this out, you guys. Check it out. Look, my channel. This is my VODs channel. I started going ahead and uploading all of my VODs, and I even organized them. I put so much effort into the VODs channel. Is it normal if you piss red? Kokura, yes it is. I'm pretty sure it is. I'm pretty sure you just drank too much fruit punch and you're fine. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it, homie. Don't worry about it. Yeah, look at how cool this is. So I even made little things for everything. And I organized the videos. I put pictures. Look at, I even made a meme of myself. It's goated. I worked really hard on this. Kat was watching me do it. He was watching me literally sit there for like 3 hours straight making thumbnails for all of these things. So they're up here. They're available. I still have some VODs that need to get uploaded and moved around. Let me, uno segundo. I'm going to switch accounts real quick and show you guys some stuff. I'm going to show you guys a thing or two real quick. I have to switch accounts. Turn it off. Turn it off. You're going to sub right away? Oh, thank you, Draven. I appreciate it. All right, back on. Here we go. Let's go to my, my other thing. We're gonna go to can I spell coffee? Kaiju. There we go. See, I have 234 subs on this one. This is the main channel. I made 2 channels because I'm a pro streamer now. And you can see who I'm subscribed to. I've got Gaz at the top of the list. And then, of course, like Mega. I've got Kenji. I don't know. Call me a basic bitch. Okay, I like Brad Mondo. I watch his YouTube stuff all the time. I've got a bunch of subscriptions. But yeah, I've got... These are almost entirely shorts, so there's no like thumbnails or anything for them. But anytime one of the shorts that gets clipped gets kind of popular, that's how I've been making stuff into shorts. What am I talking about? Any clips that get popular on the YouTube channel have been what I've been making into shorts. So we've got like a couple of them that have gotten really popular. So I've been using those to make them into shorts. Yeah, and then of course, you know, there's shorts on here as well that you guys can watch if you're interested. But yeah, this is brand new within the last week. This is what I've been working on and setting up. So I hope it's enjoyable. I've been working really hard on editing videos because I edited all of these myself too. I'm getting pretty good. I'm practicing a lot. Anyway, how about we watch some creepypasta? There was one that I wanted to watch. Yeah, this one. It was this one. I'm excited. Do you mean shorts I wear, like mankinis? No, like shorts as in like TikTok shorts or those sorts of things is what I'm talking about. the like little TikTok shorts and those sorts of guys. They're really good though. You suck at doing YouTube, you're trying for 6+ years with no success. It's hard. The YouTube algorithm is hard. It's fucking difficult. It's not easy to get right. And like some of them I'm like, this is really funny, and it gets like 9 views. And then some of them it's like, this is really stupid, and it gets 1,000+. And I'm like, I don't understand. But okay, I guess. Sometimes it just be like that. All right, let's get comfy and cozy into the spooky season. Jiggle first.
I have
okay.
the program I did.
I
A Weird
guess
Weekends
that's what we're
episode
doing
about
instead.
rap.
Can you remember any of the rap that you did?
My money don't jiggle, it folds.
I'd like to see it wiggle.
For sure.
Make me wanna dribble. You know, riding in my Fiat. You really have to see it. 6 feet 2 in a compact. No slack. Luckily the seats go back. I got an act to relax in my mind. Thank you for the biddies falling. Thank you.
Nice.
All right, guys. You guys. That's boobs. Only boobs. No looking at the boobs. Look at me. It's spooky time. Wow. Spooky. It's time to get scared. Are you ready? I'm going to give you a fright. I'm gonna destroy Tokyo. You know what? I'm gonna destroy Akihabara and all of the maid cafes. I'm gonna eat them all. That's the scariest thought of all. Eating all of the maids in Akihabara. It's gonna be a little terrifying. We're gonna get a little spooky. You guys, can I make a confession? Can I make a confession, you guys? I get really scared, and I might need you to hold my hand, okay? I get really spooked at spooky videos. I might need you guys to hold my hand. I might scream a little bit, just a little bit, okay? I'll do my best, though. If I pee my pants, can I wear yours instead? And then you'll have to take the fall for me. You're going to have to tell everybody that you peed your pants. And we just, you were borrowing my pants. And that's why I'm wearing yours. I 100% did not pee my pants. You would say yes, but you're not wearing any? Well, you better go get me a new pair of pants. Because I might pee mine. Do I still want to drink pumpkin spice latte and fuck bears? Absolutely. I still haven't done it yet. In Baldur's Gate. I still haven't gotten to that point. You have a dog so you can blame it on her. Hell yeah, T-Dog. Perfect. You got that dog in you. I know it was you all along, T-Dog. How about we watch some spooky? You guys, let me get this set up so it looks correct. I want this to be different. Here, this one. I don't know how any of this stuff works, you guys. How do Here, I'm gonna make it smaller and move it. You guys are getting some behind the scenes actions is what's happening. Behind the scenes actions is what we doing here. I gotta make it bigger. Oh, it's because it's not the right size. How about that? There we go. What if I make you full screen? Now a little smaller? There, that's better. You do like it behind? Okay, good. I'm at least smart enough to not have my bookmark active? Yeah. I learned that lesson. I did. I doxed myself and had to remove a bot, and thankfully it was very, very early on, so I didn't have to worry about it too much. Very early on. Okay, I'm going over here. I'm prepared. Who's ready to be scared? Let's watch some spooky videos. This one is Stay in the Shadows. If you see the Day King creepypasta. I used to love creepypasta, you guys, and I haven't watched creepypasta in forever. Let me make sure that the audio is good real quick. We're gonna turn this up. We're gonna test it. There's no audio! I told you guys, it's the Queen of Scuff over here. How about now?
The darkest things live in the light. My grandmother used to say that. Her invented idioms always seemed to carry greater weight upon reflection. I think Grandma had simply been philosophizing about the monstrosity of mankind. However, it just so happened that her words rang truer than she could have ever known. It was November 2022. For a year, I had been living in Tokyo with the love of my life, a wonderful man named Akio. It wasn't easy for a 20-something-year-old girl from Blackpool to adjust to life in a new country. But Akio is the kind of person who makes everything seem possible. You thought I was anxious when I first moved to Japan, but my sister is even more anxious than me. She's going to be twice as insufferable, I told him. Infinity can't be multiplied, Heidi. Akio teased. Whatever, I said, rolling my eyes. A fair warning about our brother, though. He's an acquired taste.
Oh.
I gathered that from video calls and lockdown. He chuckled. I shook my head. That was Sam on his best behavior. I have a horrible feeling that you'll see him at his worst when he comes to stay. He used to scare away my boyfriends when we were younger. Well, you're not kids anymore, Akio said, shrugging. And besides, it can't be any worse than the interrogation from your parents during their visit, can it? I smiled and planted a kiss on his cheek. I love your boundless optimism, Akio. My younger sister and older brother arrived at a late hour.
It's always scary when they're like, my brother is
Absolutely
not
horrible
good.
Flight, Sam grumbled, storming through the front
Family
door
issues
of
are no
Akio's
fun.
high-rise flat. Well, 2 flights. He only moaned about it for 15 hours. Millie yawned, rubbing her squeaky eyeballs with the back of her hands. You're here now, I said, embracing my sister. It means a lot that you endured Sam. My sibling strolled over to the floor-to-ceiling windows in the lounge. There was a mesmerizing view of the capital's futuristic skyline. The dazzling lights of Tokyo formed a starry canvas against the backdrop of a desperately dark night. Glass-clad, man-made mountains towered before us, and my oafish of a brother could only think to ask one thing. Which floor is this? I thought you were living higher in the building. I groaned, but Akio simply grinned at me and brushed off my brother's prodding remark. The 22nd floor, Akio replied. So, I suppose you're both probably too tired to do anything tonight. After traveling so far, no way. Let's see the city, Sam exuberantly requested. I think my sister was far too exhausted for that, but she, like me, seemed surprised to see our brother so animated. I don't think either of us wanted to squander the opportunity to quash his surliness. She nodded her head, and Akio excitedly donned his favorite jacket. I want to take you to my favorite shop in the city, he said. Mukashi. Akio took us to the shop that I had visited with him on so many occasions. It operated out of a house belonging to an elderly lady named Mai. She was no entrepreneur. You couldn't even find her place of business online.
Oh, cute.
It was a secret store known only to family and friends.
Secret stores are the best kind of stores.
I forget how Akio met her. Mai greeted us at 10 o'clock in the evening and led us into her home. Does she ever sleep? I wondered. What is this place? Sam asked. Mukashi, Mai answered. It means long ago. There are all sorts of weird and wonderful things in here, Akio said. Things of immense power. Mai qualified. Who's this creepy guy? Sam asked. He was pointing at a painting on the wall.
Thank you so much for the
horrifying
follow,
piece of art
Cyan.
that I would
Welcome in.
skillfully swerve whenever Akio took me into Mai's shop. It depicted a gangly man with a crown on his head. From his head to his toes,
Items
he
with
was
power sounds
composed of
dangerous.
shrunken,
Yeah, it does
contorted,
sound super
screaming
dangerous.
people, reminiscent of those canvases that artists build from hundreds of miniature photographs.
You guys, I have a quick story. I have a quick story to interject. This is reminding me of something that happened to me, you guys. I'm going to tell this story real quick. I was living with some roommates, and we were looking for a new house to rent.
I think I saw a few of your videos on TikTok.
You saw a few of my videos on TikTok. Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, so I was looking for a house to rent with friends, right? And we went to this like landlord's office, which was in like this little outdoor strip mall. And met the landlords, got a tour of the house, hated the landlords, went to leave, and next door there was a costume shop. And so we were all like, that's really cool. That seems really exciting. So we all kind of like piled into this super, super tiny costume shop. And the costume shop was like a hallway, right? You walked in. It was maybe wide enough to fit two people standing side by side. And we walk in, and inside the costume shop, it was really, really dimly lit. And there weren't any costumes. It was just like along the walls of this hallway going all the way back in this room that we were in were binders filled with pictures of costumes. So we walk in, we start looking through these binders with pictures of costumes, and this very skinny, completely white-haired old man walks out of the back and just like stands there and looks at us as we're looking through the flip books of all the different costumes. And he's just standing there. He doesn't greet us. He doesn't say hi. Nothing. He just stares at us. And I'm like, that's odd. I want to see the costumes, though. And so I start walking to the back of the hallway we were standing in, and there's an open door that I can see the costumes through the open door. And I start walking back that direction, and he runs in front of me and slams the door shut in my face. And he looks at me and he says, "You can't go back there. That's where the costumes are." And so all of us were really, really freaked out at this point, and we're like, okay, all right. So we all start to leave, and one of my roommates is the one who's the last one to leave this store that we were standing in. And the old man, suddenly he hears from behind him after he's leaving, "Hey, come back here." And it's the old man with the door cracked open. He's not standing fully outside of the shop. He just has the door cracked, and he's standing with his head partially out the door, staring at my roommate, and was like doing a beckoning finger, calling him over. And my roommate walks over and is like, yeah, what's up? What can I do, man?" And he's like, The landlords next door are slumlords. Don't rent from him." And he slammed the door shut in his face. and walked away. I actually went back literally a couple of months ago to see if the costume shop is still there, and it's not. It's disappeared forever. It's gone forever. But I'm pretty sure there might have been something a little bit more than costumes back there, you guys. Was it even real? Who knows? Who knows if it was even real in the first place? It might have been a figment of our imagination. Maybe it was just a point in time in the first place, just a blip, an anomaly, if you will. A glitch in the simulation. Yes, he suddenly escaped whatever timeline he was in and warned us not to rent from the next door neighbors because they were slumlords. I feel like the horror movie would have started had we actually not listened to the creepy costume store guy and rented from the slumlords. That's when the horror movie starts. You ignore the weird costume guy's advice, and you rent from the slumlords, and then you get murdered in the house. Ultra spooky, the ultimate spook.
Nightmarish version of that. And the crown on his head was forged of human hearts. The blood of the organized organs.
I'm not gonna lie. I was looking at Creepypasta and I saw this one in specific. I didn't watch it beforehand. I just saw that it had 21K views and I was like, oh, I bet that's really good Creepypasta. His voice sucks. Your voice sucks, homie. I don't like your Creepypasta. I could do a better voiceover than you could. How about, I have some other Creepypasta pulled up. How about we, I'm sorry. I'm such a dickhead. I'm such an asshole. We're going to put on creepy music and I'm going to read Creepypasta to you guys. Do it. All right, we're turning this off. I'm going to read Creepypasta to you guys instead. We're going to have a Creepypasta reading. We got to put on the spooky vibes though. Here we go. How about this? We got that. Beautiful. Even though you're supposed to be napping? Izzy the Glizzy! Thank you so much for the follow. All right, let's read you guys Creepypasta. I'm going to go right here. I'm adorable. Thank you. I'm kind of mean, though. I'm a bit of a bully. I'm sorry, Mr. 21K view video guy. Your Creepypasta is lame. We got this. I need to put on, like, spooky background music. That's what we'll do. We're gonna put on spooky background music. To the YouTube. Do. How about that? That's much better. Alrighty, what does my full model look like? Here, we'll show you guys in just a sec. Here, how about this? Goodbye! I'm falling! Hi! This is my full model. This is me. Spooky time with kaiju. Teeny tiny kaiju. This is the full model. I've got a big old tail. I got my big old lizard tail. You've never seen the tail? I had a, oh, I forgot to turn it off. I had a tail rigging fund. Does it twirl?
Does it twirl?
It doesn't twirl. I wish it did. It does not twirl. I had a tail rigging fund. It's done. We hit the fund goal. But the person who I'm planning on having rig the tail, their commissions aren't open yet. I've been waiting. I'm planning on having them rig it so that you guys can actually see the tail, like come wag up, you know, because it's all the way down. Thank you for the biddies, Fallen. I appreciate it. All right, it's spooky time. We're gonna do some creepypasta reading. Let's get creepy up in here. Let me I'm gonna grab a water and go pee really quick. Hang on. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna put text. I'm gonna put a text. New. Be right back. Creepypasta. Creepypasta reading incoming. There we go. That's not super visible. That's not super visible. I'm doing my best, okay? Okay. There. Perfect. Perfection. I'm gonna have that turned on. Give me just like 5 minutes. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'm gonna go get a drinky drink. Thank you for the hydrate and the forehead kisses. I'm gonna get a drink. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. We're gonna come back. We're gonna read some creepypasta. We're gonna have a really good time. Hold on, guys. Back. Okay. I was trying to hit the mute button on my mic, but it's in a really awkward spot. Welcome back. Well, hello, everybody. Who's ready to get into the spooky season? Let's do some creepypasta. How about that? Happy Halloween! Wah ha ha ha! Wah ha ha ha! A one ha ha ha! Creepypasta season. I'm excited for it. I hope you guys are. We're gonna get a little bit spooky for this Friday the 13th. I have one picked out for us today. Gonna get extra spooky in here. Spooky spaghetti. Exactly. Exactly. We're gonna be reading a creepypasta called Psychosis. I'm not sure where this creepypasta is from, but it might be originally from Reddit. It might be originally from Reddit, and I think this is probably a really good one to read. Here, I'm gonna turn up the spooky sounds. Thank you, your daily dose of Satan. Welcome in. Welcome in for the creepypasta time. Let's do this.
Hello and hi. I'm Satan and I only lurk around October time, so be grateful you've seen me, smiley face.
Well, thank you. Welcome in for the daily dose of the monthly dose of creepy creepies. We're doing some spooky Halloween creepypasta time, and I hope you enjoy it. All right, this one is called Psychosis by Matt Demersky. Sunday. I'm not sure why I'm writing this down on paper and not my computer. I guess I've just noticed some odd things. It's not that I don't trust the computer. I just need to organize my thoughts. I need to get down all the details somewhere objective. Somewhere I know that I write can't be deleted or changed. Not that that's happened. It's just everything blurs together here, and the fog of memory lends a strange cast to things. I'm starting to feel cramped in this small apartment. Maybe that's the problem. I just had to go and choose the cheapest apartment. The only one in the basement. The lack of windows down here makes day and night seem to slip by seamlessly. I haven't been out in a few days because I've been working on this programming project so intensively. I suppose I just wanted to get it done. Hours of sitting and staring at a monitor can make anyone feel strange. I know. But I don't think that's it. I'm not sure when I first started to feel like something was odd. I can't even define what it is. Maybe I just haven't talked to anyone in a while. That's the first thing that crept up on me. Everyone I normally talk to online while I program has been idle, or they've simply not logged on at all. My instant messages go unanswered. The last email I got from anybody was a friend saying he'd talk to me when he got back from the store. And that was yesterday. I'd call with my cell phone, but reception's terrible down here. Yeah, that's it. I just need to call someone. I'm going outside. Well, that didn't work so well. As the tingle of fear fades, I'm feeling a little ridiculous for being scared at all. I looked in the mirror before I went out, but I didn't shave the 2-day stubble I've grown. I figured I was going out for a quick cell phone call. I did change my shirt, though, because it was lunchtime, and I guessed that I'd run into at least one person I knew. That didn't end up happening. I wish it did. When I went out, I opened the door to my small apartment slowly. A small feeling of apprehension had somehow already lodged itself inside me, for some indefinable reason. I chalked it up to not having spoken to anyone but myself for a day or two. I peered down the dingy gray hallway, made dingier by the fact that it's a basement hallway. On one end, a large metal door led to the building's furnace room. It was locked, of course. 2 dreary soda machines stood by it. I bought a soda from the one on the first day that I moved in, but it had a 2-year-old expiration date. I'm fairly sure nobody knows those machines are even down here, or my cheap landlady just doesn't care to get them restocked. I closed my door softly, walked the other direction, taking care not to make a sound. I have no idea why I chose to do that, but it was fun giving in to the strange impulse not to break the droning hum of the soda machines, at least for the moment. I got to the stairwell, and I took the stairs up to the building's front door. I looked through the heavy door's small square window and received quite the shock. It was definitely not lunchtime. City gloom hung over the dark street outside, and the traffic lights at the intersection in the distance blinked yellow. Dim clouds, purple and black from the glow of the city, hung overhead. Nothing moved, save for the few sidewalk trees that shifted in the wind. I remember shivering, though I wasn't cold. Maybe it was the wind outside. I could vaguely hear it through the heavy metal door, and I knew that it was that unique kind of late-night wind, the kind that was constant, cold, and quiet, save for the rhythmic music that it made as it passed through the countless unseen tree leaves. I decided not to go outside. Instead, I lifted my cell phone to the door's little window, and I checked the signal meter. The bars filled up the meter, and I smiled. Time to hear someone else's voice, I remember thinking, relieved. It was such a strange thing to be afraid of nothing. I shook my head, laughing at myself silently. I hit speed dial for my best friend Amy's number and held the phone up to my ear. It rang once, but then it stopped. Nothing happened. I listened to silence for a good 20 seconds. Then I hung up. I frowned, and I looked at the signal meter again. Still full. I went to dial her number again, but then my phone rang in my hand, startling me. I put it up to my ear. Hello? I asked, immediately fighting down a small shock at her hearing the first spoken voice in days, even if it was my own. I had gotten used to the droning hum of the building's inner workings, my computer, and the soda machines in the hallway. There was no response to my greeting at first, but then, finally, a voice came. "Hey," said a clear male voice, obvious of college age like me. "Who's this?" "John," I replied, confused. "Oh, sorry. Wrong number," he replied, then hung up. I lowered the phone slowly and leaned against the thick brick wall of the stairwell. That was strange. I looked at my received calls list, but the number was unfamiliar. Before I could think on it further, the phone rang loudly, shocking me yet again. This time, I looked at the caller before I answered. It was another unfamiliar number. This time, I held the phone up to my ear but said nothing. I heard nothing but the general background noise of a phone. And then, a familiar voice broke my tension. "John?" was the single word in Amy's voice. I breathed a sigh of relief. "Hey, it's you," I replied. "Who else would it be?" she responded. "Oh, the number. I'm at a party on 7th Street, and my phone died just as you called me. This is somebody else's phone, obviously." "Oh, okay," I said. "Where are you?" she asked. My eyes glanced over to the drab, whitewashed cylinder block walls and the heavy metal door with its small window. "At my building," I sighed, just feeling cooped up. I didn't realize it was so late. "You should come here," she said, laughing. "Nah, I don't feel like looking for some strange place by myself in the middle of the night," I said, looking out the window at the silent, windy street that secretly scared me just a tiny bit. "I think I'm just gonna keep working or go to bed." "Nonsense," she replied. "I can come get you. Your building is close to 7th Street, right?" "How drunk are you?" I asked lightheartedly. "You know where I live." "Oh, of course," she said abruptly. "I guess I can't get there by walking, huh?" "You could if you wanted to waste a half hour," I told her. "Right," she said. "Okay, have to go. Good luck with your work." I lowered the phone once more, looking at the numbers flash as the call ended. Then, the droning silence suddenly reasserted itself into my ears. The two strange calls and the eerie street outside just drove my aloneness in this empty stairwell. Perhaps from having seen too many scary movies, I had the sudden, inexplicable idea that something could look in the door's window and see me. Some sort of horrible entity that hovered at the edge of aloneness, just waiting to creep up on unexpected people that strayed too far from other human beings. I knew the fear was irrational, but nobody else was around, so I jumped down the stairs, ran down the hallway into my room, and closed the door as swiftly as I could while still staying silent. Like I said, I feel a little ridiculous for being scared of nothing, and the fear has already faded. Writing this down helps a lot. It makes me realize that nothing's wrong. It filters out the half-formed thoughts and fears that leaves only cold, hard facts. It's late. I got a call from a wrong number, and Amy's phone died, so she called me back from another number. Nothing strange is happening. Still, there was something a little off about that conversation. I know it could have just been the alcohol she'd had. Or was it even her that seemed off to me? Or was it... Yes, that was it. I didn't realize until this moment writing these things down. I knew writing things down would help. She said she was at a party, but I only heard silence in the background. Of course, that doesn't mean anything in particular, as she could have just gone outside to make the call. No, that couldn't be it either. I didn't hear the wind. I need to see if the wind is still blowing. Monday. I forgot to finish writing last night. I'm not sure what I expected to see when I ran up the stairwell and looked out the heavy metal door's window. I'm feeling ridiculous. Last night's fear seems hazy and unreasonable to me now. I can't wait to go out in the sunlight. I'm going to check my email, shave, shower, and finally get out of here. Wait, I think I heard something. It was thunder. That whole sunlight and fresh air thing didn't happen. I went out into the stairwell and up the stairs only to find disappointment. The heavy metal door's little window showed only flowing water as torrential rain slammed against it. Only a very dim, gloomy light filtered through the rain, but at least I knew it was daytime, even if it was a gray, sickly, wet day. I tried looking out the window and waiting for lightning to illuminate the gloom, but the rain was too heavy, and I couldn't make out anything more than vague, weird shapes moving at odd angles in the waves washing down the window. Disappointed, I turned around, but I didn't want to go back to my room. Instead, I wandered up further the stairs, past the first floor, and then the second. The stairs ended at the third floor, the highest floor in the building. I looked through the glass that ran up the outer wall of the stairwell, but it was that warped, thick kind that scatters the light. Not that there was much to see through the rain to begin with. I opened the stairwell door and wandered down the hallway. The 10 or so thick wooden doors, painted blue a long time ago, were all closed. I listened as I walked, but it was the middle of the day, so I wasn't surprised that I heard nothing but the rain outside. As I stood there in the dim hallway, listening to the rain, I had the strange, fleeting impression that the doors were standing like silent granite monoliths erected by some ancient, forgotten civilization for some unfathomable guardian purpose. Lightning flashed, and I could have sworn that, for just a moment, the old grainy blue wood looked just like rough stone. I laughed at myself for letting my imagination get the best of me, but then it occurred to me that the dim gloom and lightning must mean that there was a window somewhere in the hallway. A vague memory surfaced, and I suddenly recalled that the third floor had an alcove and an inset window halfway down the floor's hallway. Excited to look out in the rain and possibly see another human being, I quickly walked over to the alcove, finding the large thin glass window. Rain washed down it, as with the front door's window. But I could open this one. I reached a hand out to slide it open, but hesitated. I had the strangest feeling that if I opened that window, I would see something absolutely horrible on the other side. Everything's been so odd lately. So I came up with a plan, and I came back here to get what I needed. I don't seriously think anything will come of it, but I'm bored, it's raining, and I'm going stir crazy. I came back to get my webcam. The cord isn't long enough to reach the 3rd floor by any means, so instead I'm gonna hide it between the 2 soda machines in the dark end of my basement hallway, run the wire along the wall and under my door, and put black duct tape over the wire to blend it in with the black plastic strip that runs along the base of the hallway's walls. I know it's silly, but I don't have anything better to do. Well, nothing happened. I propped open the hallway to stairwell door, steeled myself, then flung the heavy door wide open and ran like hell down the stairs to my room and slammed the door. I watched the webcam on my computer intently, seeing the hallway outside of my door and most of the stairwell. I'm watching it right now and I don't see anything interesting. I just wish the camera's position was different so that I could see out the front door. Hey, someone's online. Thank you so much for the follow, Thunder. Welcome in. We're reading some Copypasta. I got out a older, less functional webcam that I had in my closet to video chat with my friend online. I couldn't really explain to him why I wanted to video chat, but it felt good to see another person's face. He couldn't talk very long. And we didn't talk about anything meaningful, but I still feel much better. My strange fear had almost passed. I could feel completely better, but there was something odd about our conversation. I know that I've said everything seems odd, but still, he was very vague in his responses. I can't recall one specific thing he said. No particular name or place or event. But he did ask for my email address to keep in touch. Wait, I just got an email. Thank you so much for the follow, Pizza Kid. Welcome in. I'm about to go out. I just got an email from Amy that asked me to meet her for dinner at the place we usually go to. I do love pizza, and I've been eating random food from my poorly stocked fridge for days, so I can't wait. Again, I feel ridiculous about the odd couple of days I've been having. I should destroy this journal when I get back. Oh, another email. Oh my god. I almost left the email and opened the door. I almost opened the door. I almost opened the door, but I read the email first. It was from a friend I haven't heard from in a long time, and it was sent to a huge number of emails that must have been every person he had saved in his address list. It had no subject, and it said simply, "Seen with your own eyes, don't trust them, they." What the hell is that supposed to mean? The words shock me and I keep going over and over them. Is it a desperate email sent just as something happened? The words are obviously cut off without finishing, and on any other day I would have dismissed this as spam from a computer virus or something, but the words, "seen with your own eyes." I can't help but read this journal and think back on the last few days, and I realize that I've not seen another person with my own eyes or talked to another person face to face. The webcam conversation with my friend was so strange, so vague, so eerie, now that I think about it. Was it eerie? Or is the fear clouding my memory? My mind toys with the progression of events I've written here, pointing out that I have not been presented with one single fact that I did not specifically give out unsuspectingly. The random wrong number that got my name, and the subsequent strange return call from Amy, the friend that asked for my email address. I messaged him first when I saw him online, and then I got my first email a few minutes after that conversation. Oh my god. That phone call with Amy, I said over the phone that I was within a half-hour's walk of 7th Street. They know I'm near there. What if they're trying to find me? Where is everyone else? Why haven't I seen or heard in anyone else in days? No. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. I need to calm down. This madness needs to end. I don't know what to think. I ran about my apartment furiously, holding my cell phone up to every corner to see if I got a signal through the heavy walls. Finally, in the tiny bathroom, near one ceiling corner, I got a single bar. Holding my phone there, I sent a text message to every number in my list. Not wanting to betray anything about my unfounded fears, I simply sent, "You seen anyone face to face lately?" At that point, I just wanted any reply back. I didn't care what the reply was, or if I embarrassed myself. I tried to call someone a few times, but I couldn't get my head up high enough, and if I brought the cell phone down even an inch, it lost signal. And then I remembered the computer and rushed over to it, instant messaging everyone online. Most were idle or away from their computer. Nobody responded. My messages grew more frantic, and I started telling people where I was and to stop by in person for a host of barely passable reasons. I didn't care about anything by that point. I just needed to be seen by another person. I also tore apart my apartment looking for something that I might have missed, some way to contact another human being without opening the door. I know it's crazy. I know it's unfounded, but what if? What if? I just needed to be sure. I taped the phone to the ceiling in case. Tuesday. The phone rang. Exhausted from last night's rampage, I must have fallen asleep. I woke up to the phone ringing and ran to the bathroom, stood on the toilet, and flipped open the phone taped to the ceiling. It was Amy, and I feel so much better. She was really worried about me, and apparently had been trying to contact me since the last time I talked to her. She's coming over now, and yes, she knows where I am without me telling her. I feel so embarrassed. I'm definitely throwing this journal away before anyone sees it. I don't even know why I'm writing in it now. Maybe just because it's the only communication I've had at all since God knows when. I look like hell, too. I looked in the mirror before I came back in here. My eyes are sunken, my stubble is thicker, and I look generally unhealthy. My apartment is trashed, but I'm not going to clean it up. I think I need someone else to see what I've been through. These past few days have not been normal. I'm not one to imagine things. I know I've been the victim of extreme probability. I probably missed seeing another person a dozen times. I just happened to go out when it was late at night or the middle of the day when everyone was gone. Everything's perfectly fine. I know this now. Plus, I found something in the closet last night that helped me tremendously. A television. I set it up just before I wrote this and it's on in the background. Television has always been an escape for me, and it reminds me that there is a world beyond these dingy brick walls. I'm glad Amy's the only one that responded to me after last night's frantic pestering of everyone I could contact. She's been my best friend for years. She doesn't know it, but I count the day that I met her among one of the few moments of true happiness in my life. I remember that warm summer day fondly. It seems like a different reality than this dark, rainy, lonely place. I feel like I spent days sitting in that playground, much too old to play, just talking with her, and hanging around doing nothing at all. I still feel like I can go back to that moment sometimes. It reminds me that this damn place is not all there is. Finally, a knock on the door. I thought it was odd that I couldn't see her through the camera I hid between the two soda machines. I figured it was bad positioning, like when I couldn't see out the front door. I should have known. I should have known. After the knock, I yelled through the door jokingly that I had a camera between the soda machines, and I was embarrassed myself that I had taken this paranoia so far. After I did that, I saw her image walk over to the camera and look down at it. She smiled and waved. "Hey," she said to the camera brightly, giving it a wry look. "It's weird, I know," I said to the mic attached to my computer. "I've had a weird few days." "Must have," she replied. "Open the door, John." I hesitated. How could I be sure? "Hey, humor me a second here," I told her through the mic. "Tell me one thing about us. Just prove to me that you're you." She gave the camera a weird look. All right, she said slowly, thinking. We met randomly at a playground when we were both way too old to be there. I sighed deeply as reality returned and the fear faded. God, I'd been so ridiculous. Of course it was Amy. That day wasn't mentioned anywhere in the world except in my memory. I'd never mentioned it to anyone, not out of embarrassment, but out of a strange secret nostalgia and longing for those days to return. If there was some unknown force at work trying to trick me, as I feared, there would be no way they could know about that day. All right, I'll explain everything, I told her. Be right there. I ran to my small bathroom and fixed my hair as best I could. I looked like hell, but she would understand. Snickering at my own unbelievable behavior and the mess I'd made of the place, I walked to the door. I put my hand on the doorknob and gave the mess one last look. So ridiculous, I thought. My eyes traced over the half-eaten food lying on the ground, the overflowing trash bin, and the bed I'd tipped to the side looking for God knows what. I almost turned to the door and opened it, but my eyes fell on one last thing. The old webcam. The one that I used for that eerily vacant chat with my friend. Its silent black sphere lay haphazardly tossed to the side. Its lens pointed at the table where this journal lay. An overwhelming terror took me as I realized that if something could see me through that camera, it would have seen what I just wrote about that day. I asked her for any one thing about us, and she chose the only thing in the world that I thought they or it did not know, but it did. It did know. It could have been watching me the whole time. I didn't open the door. I screamed. I screamed in uncontrollable terror. I stomped on the old webcam on the floor. The door shook, and the doorknob tried to turn, but I didn't hear Amy's voice through the door. Was the basement door made to keep out drafts too thick? Or was Amy not outside? What could have been trying to get in if not her? What the hell is out there? I saw her on my computer through the camera outside. I heard her on the speakers through the camera outside, but was it real? How could I know? She's gone now. I screamed and I shouted for help. I piled up everything in my apartment against the front door. Friday. At least, I think it's Friday. I broke everything electronic. They smashed my computer to pieces. Every single thing that could have been accessed by the network access or worse, altered. I'm a programmer, I know. Every little piece of information I gave out since this started. My name, my email, my location. None of it came back from outside until I gave it out. I've been going over and over what I wrote. I've been pacing back and forth, alternating between stark terror and overwhelming disbelief. Sometimes I'm absolutely certain that some phantom entity is dead set on the simple goal of getting me to go outside. Back to the beginning. Along with the phone call from Amy, she was effectively asking me to open the door and go outside. The music is making the story not scary, I know. It was supposed to be spooky music. Here, we'll swap it to spookier music. Here, hang on. We're taking a pause real quick. We'll swap it. It's Disney Channel horror. How about this? Now we're extra spooky. Much better. Okay, good. Good. Behind me! Ah! Scared! What's behind me? I don't know. Something creepy. I keep running through it in my head. One point of view says I've acted like a madman, and all of this is the extreme convergence of probability. Never going outside at the right times by pure luck, never seeing another person by pure chance, getting a random nonsense email from some computer virus at just the right time. The other point of view says that extreme convergence of probability is the reason that whatever's out there hasn't gotten me already. I keep thinking, I never opened the window on the 3rd floor. Thank you so much for the sub, Justin! 6 months, I appreciate it, my guy. Thank you. I never opened the front door until that incredibly stupid stunt with the hidden camera, after which I ran straight to my room and slammed the door. I haven't opened my own solid door since I flung open the front door of the building. Whatever's out there, if anything's out there, never made an appearance in the building before I opened the front door. Maybe the reason it wasn't in the building already was that it was elsewhere getting everyone else, and then it waited. Until I betrayed my existence by trying to call Amy, a call which didn't work until it called me and asked me my name. Thank you to Warlocks One Guy. Thank you for the follow. Terror literally overwhelms me every time I try to fit the pieces of this nightmare together. The email, the shortcut off, jump scare, too spooky. That email, short, cut off, was it from someone trying to get word out? Some friendly voice that desperately trying to warn me before it came? Seen with my own eyes, don't trust them. Exactly what I've been so suspicious of. I could have had masterful control of all things electronic, practicing its insidious deception to trick me into coming outside. Why can't it get in? It knocked on the door. It must have some solid presence. The door? The image of those doors in the upper hallway as guardian monoliths flash it back in my mind every time I trace this path of thoughts. If there is some phantom entity trying to get me to go outside, maybe it can't get through the doors. I keep thinking back over all the books I've read or movies I've seen, trying to generate some explanation for this. Doors have always been such an intense foci of human imagination. Always seen as wards or portals of special importance. Or perhaps the door is just too thick? I know that I couldn't bash through any of the doors in this building, let alone the heavy basement ones. Aside from that, the real question is, why does it even want me? If it wanted to just kill me, it could do it in any number of ways, including just waiting until I starve to death. What if it doesn't want to kill me? What if it has some far more horrific fate in store for me? God, what can I do to escape this nightmare? A knock on the door. I told the people on the other side of the door, I need a minute to think and I'll come out. I'm really just writing this down so I can figure out what to do. At least this time I heard their voices. My paranoia, and yes, I recognize that I'm being paranoid, has me thinking all sorts of ways that their voices could be faked electronically. There could be nothing but speakers outside simulating human voices.
I have rapped in a program I did, a Weird Weekends episode
In the
about
middle
rap.
of spooky
Can you
time
remember any of the rap
channel.
that you did?
My money don't jiggle jiggle, it folds. I like to see you wiggle wiggle.
This is the
For
late
sure,
spooky
it
day
makes me wanna
shadow.
dribble
What are you
dribble.
doing?
You know, riding in my Fiat. You really
What
have
have
to
you
see
done?
it. 6 feet 2 in a compact. No slack, but luckily the seats go back. I got a knack to relax in my mind. Sipping some red wine.
Yeah, you sip
Nice.
over there, Shadow. The Pico Park is finished. I updated the title. I thought I did, at least. Did it not update? There we go. Had to lighten the mood. It's so spooky that your heart rate had to go up. All right. Everyone can take a breather. We're getting extra spooky now. I finished it really quickly. We only did 2 hours, and then we're gonna do a part 2 with the rest of it another day. All right, everyone, have you pissed your pants yet? Let's take a sip of water and let's take a little minute of a break. Thanks for the sunglasses, Justin. All right. More water. There we go. There we go. Oh, my beautiful VTuber cute voice. Oh, thank you. I'm good. Let's, we're doing good. We're having some spooky time. This is actually really scary. This is a lot scarier than
I think the monster is a vampire.
You think the monster... I could see the monster being a vampire. It can't come in unless you invite it in. However, I think the only problem with it not coming in unless it's invited in is they opened the front door, but it is still a doorway, so it wouldn't be able to come past the doorway if it was a vampire. The doorway to the apartment complex. Thoughts? So maybe just some sort of like horrific entity, or maybe this is no horrific entity at all. It's just a picture of what happens if you don't leave your house for an entire week. You don't leave your house and you have no windows. You just get really paranoid and scared. It could be that. It's the tax collector. It might be the tax collector for all we know. All right, guys. The public area so the vampire could enter? Maybe. Okay, here we go. Let's go back to it. There could be nothing but speakers outside simulating human voices. Did it really take them 3 days to come talk to me? Amy is supposedly out there, along with 2 policemen and a psychiatrist. Maybe it took them 3 days of thinking what to say to me. The psychiatrist's claim could be pretty convincing if I decided to think this had all been a crazy misunderstanding and not some entity trying to trick me into opening the door. The psychiatrist had an older voice, authoritarian but still caring. I liked it. I'm desperate just to see someone with my own eyes. He said I have something called cyberpsychosis, and I'm just one of a nationwide epidemic of thousands of people having breakdowns triggered by a suggestive email that got through somehow. I swear he said got through somehow. I think he means spread throughout the country inexplicably, but I'm incredibly suspicious that the entity slipped up and revealed something. He said I'm part of a wave of emergent behavior, and that a lot of other people are having the same problem, with the same fears, even though we've never communicated. That neatly explains the strange email about eyes that I got. I didn't get the original triggering email. I got a descendant of it. My friend could have broken down too and tried to warn everyone he knew against his paranoid fears. That's how the problem spreads, the psychiatrist claims. I could have spread it too, with my texts and instant messages online to everyone I know. One of those people might be melting down right now after being triggered by something I sent them. Something they might interpret any way that they want. Something like a text saying, "Seen anyone face to face lately?" The psychiatrist told me that he didn't want to lose another one, and that people like me are intelligent, and that's our downfall. We draw connections so well that we draw them even when they shouldn't be there. He said it's easy to get caught up in paranoia in our fast-paced world, a constantly changing place where more and more of our interaction is simulated. I have to give him one thing. It's a great explanation. It neatly explains everything. It perfectly explains everything, in fact. I have every reason to shake off this nightmarish fear that something, or consciousness, or being out there wants me to open the door, so that it can capture me for some horrible fate worse than death. It would be foolish, after hearing that explanation, to stay in here until I starve to death just to spite the entity that might have got everyone else. It would be foolish of me to think that after hearing that explanation, I might be one of the last people left alive on an empty world, hiding in my secure basement room, spiting some unthinkable, deceptive entity just by refusing to be captured. It's a perfect explanation for every single strange thing I've seen or heard. I have every reason in the world to let all of my fears go and open the door. That's exactly why. I'm not gonna. How can I be sure? How can I know what's real and what's deception? All of these damn things with their wires and their signals that originate from unseen origins, they're not real. I can't be sure. Signals through a camera, faked video, deceptive phone calls and emails, even the television line broken on the floor. How can I possibly know it's real? It's just signals, waves, light. The door! It's bashing on the door. It's trying to get in. What insane mechanical contrivance could it be using to simulate the sound of men attacking the heavy wood so well? At least I'll finally see it with my own eyes. There's nothing left in here for me to deceive with. I've been ripped apart everything else. It can't deceive my eyes, can it? Seen with your own eyes? Don't trust them. Wait. Was that deceptive message telling me to trust my eyes or warning me about my eyes too? Oh my God, what's the difference between a camera and my eyes? They both turn light into electrical signals. They're the same. I can't be deceived. I have to be sure. I have to be sure. Date unknown. I calmly ask for a paper and pen, day in and day out until it finally gave them to me. Not that it matters. What am I going to do? Point my eyes out? The bandages feel like a part of me now. The pain is gone. I figure this will be one of my last chances to write legibly, as without my sight to correct my mistakes, my hand will slowly forget the motions involved. This is a sort of self-indulgence, this writing. It's a relic of another time because I'm certain everyone left in this world is dead, or something far worse. I sit against the padded wall day in and day out. The entity brings me food and water. It masks itself as a kind nurse and as an unsympathetic doctor. I think it knows that my hearing has sharpened considerably now that I live in darkness. It fakes conversations in the hallways on the off chance that I might overhear. One of the nurses talks about having a baby soon. One of the doctors lost his wife in a car accident. None of it matters. None of it's real. None of it gets back to me, not like she does. That's the worst part. The part I almost can't handle. The thing comes to me masquerading as Amy. Its recreation is perfect. It sounds exactly like Amy. It feels exactly like her. It even produces a reasonable facsimile of tears that make me feel on its lifelike cheeks. When it first dragged me here, it told me all the things I wanted to hear. It told me that she loved me, that she had always loved me, and that it didn't understand why I did this, that we could have had a life together if only I had stopped insisting that I was being deceived. It wanted me to believe. No, it needed me to believe that she was real. I almost fell for it. I really did. I doubted myself for the longest time, and in the end, though, it was all too perfect, too flawless, and too real. The false Amy used to come every day, and then every week, and then finally stopped coming altogether. But I don't think the entity will give up. I think the waiting game is just another one of its gambits. I will resist it for the rest of my life if I have to. I don't know what happened to the rest of the world, but I do know that this thing needs me to fall for its deceptions. If it needs that, then maybe, just maybe, I am a thorn in its agenda. Maybe Amy is still alive out there somewhere, kept alive only by my will to resist the deceiver. I hold on to that hope, rocking back and forth in my cell to pass the time. I will never give in. I will never break. I am a hero. The doctor read the paper that the patient had scribbled on. It was barely readable, written in a shaky script of one who could not see. He wanted to smile at the man's steadfast resolve, a reminder of the human will to survive, but he knew that the patient was completely delusional. After all, a sane man would have fallen for the deception long ago. The doctor wanted to smile. He wanted to whisper words of encouragement to the delusional man. He wanted to scream, but the nerve filaments wrapped around his head and into his eyes made him do otherwise. His body walked into the cell like a puppet and told the patient once more that he was wrong, and that there was nobody trying to deceive him. There we go. How frightening. How spooky. Did we go from the apartment to the cell? We did. We did. Holy shit, you guys. It wasn't just paranoia. It was real the whole time. How fucking scary is that? Aw, shit. Aw, shit. Too spooky for me. Too fucking spooky. Let this be a lesson to you, pro gamers. Let this be a fucking lesson, pro gamers. Don't leave the house. Don't leave the house ever. Don't look out the windows. Don't open the door. Don't talk to any other people. Just stay inside. Stay on the computer. Only message your friends over Discord, but don't tell them anything too personal. And don't offer information that they already don't know. That's the only way that you can protect yourself. That is the only way to protect yourself from the things that are coming for you. Can you call dibs on the mystery floor stone that's Kool-Aid red? Yeah. Yeah, I call dibs on the red herring. I really like fish, so I want to eat the red herring. So was it real or was it all in his head? It was real. It was real. It was extra spooky and it was real. All right, now we're going back to the Halloween pumpkin spooky music. It was real the whole time, you guys. How spooky, how spooky. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the spooky Halloween reading. It wasn't only from his point of view. The doctor admitted at the end. I hope it was extra spooky and that you had a good time with the holy shit! Epic, thank you so much for the gifted subs. God damn. Thank you, thank you. As a reward for an amazing story. Aw, thank you. I appreciate it, Epic. I'm glad that was fun. I don't usually read like spooky stories, but I wanted to listen and do like a little react video to the other person reading the spooky stories, and I saw they had 21,000 views on the YouTube video for the Creepypasta. It was not good. I'm sorry to insult whoever was reading that Creepypasta, but man, could have been a lot better. Could have been a lot better. But that is it for today, friends. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really hope you guys enjoyed the collab and the Creepypasta reading and hanging out. You guys are dope. I appreciate it. You would 100% listen to ebooks by me? Well. Maybe. Since we still have a couple weeks left of October, maybe I can do another little spooky reading. You prefer spooky stories from Asia? They have more mystery. We could look for a Japanese horror Creepypasta. There's plenty of those. Maybe we can take a little peeksies around the internet, and we could do some Creepypasta reading for some other stuff that's happening. But you guys, I want to send you off over to some more Halloween things. I want you guys to go continue on with the spooky time. So I actually have somebody who's playing some horror games right now. I hope that you guys enjoy them, playing some horror games. Maybe go send some love over their way. We're gonna send you guys over to another Canadian gal that I absolutely love called Junie. She's great. She's amazing. You guys are gonna fucking love her if you haven't seen her already. Let's give you a raid message. Hold up. All right, chat, we will be back next week. I'm going to be working this weekend on some more YouTube content. I'm going to have some awesome stuff for you guys planned. I hope that you guys go give me some love on YouTube. And again, I appreciate you all being here. Bye, everybody. Have an amazing rest of your week. I'll catch you on the flip side. Goodbye. Goodbye. Here, forehead kisses for everybody. Mwah. Forehead kisses. Mwah. Mwah. Goodbye. Goodbye. I'll see you. Goodbye.